Are you planning a trip to Italy and wonder if summer is a good time to go? Well, today we're going to give you all of the pros and cons of visiting Italy
in the summer.
Yes, of course. Andrea and I live in Italy and we travel all around the country all the time. Yes. And of course, for this reason, we think that we're one of your best choices for those expert tips about visiting Italy in the summer. We're going to talk about weather, hotels, prices, transportation, and of course, we're going to give you those very important bonus tips that only Italians know.
Absolutely. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, I'm Rick.
And I'm Andrea. And today we'll talk about the pros and cons of visiting Italy in the summer. But first, if you like travel-related videos like this one, now is a great time to hit the subscribe button down below so you'll never miss any future videos.
Exactly, and doing so will help support the channel, and we thank you for that.
So let's begin by talking about the pros, or the benefit of traveling to Italy in the summer. First up, we'll talk about the weather. The weather in Italy during the summer is usually really sunny and stable. You might experience the occasional thunderstorm, but in general, the weather is sunny and hot all the time.
It can be very hot.
Very hot. The average temperature varies depending on the latitude of the location, being hotter and humid in the cities and inland, while breezy by the sea, so it's a little bit better and more comfortable. So let's take a look at the average temperature in the major tourist city in Italy in the summer. Let's start with Rome. The average temperature in June are between 16 Celsius at night and 27 Celsius during the day. So for you that use Fahrenheit, 59 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. In July, 17 Celsius and 30 Celsius. In August, 18 and 30, and in September, the average temperature are between 15 and 27.
So in other words, it can be very nice or it can be very hot.
Absolutely. In Florence, the average temperature in June are between 15 at night and 27 during the day. In July and August, the average temperature are between 17 and 31, so quite hot. And in September, you can expect the low around 14 at night and high at 27 during the day. In Venice, the average temperature in June are between 16 during the night and 25 during the day, so quite comfortable actually.
Yep, definitely.
In July, 18 and 28, in August, 17 and 27, and in September are between 14 and 24. So September is quite good in Venice. In Milan, you can expect temperature in June around 15 during the night and 26 during the day, while in July and August the temperature are between 17 and 30, so hot. In September, they actually cool down, and they are between 14 and 24. Lastly, in Naples, you can expect temperature between 16 and 28 in June, in July and August between 18 and 30, and in September, actually it's quite nice, between 15 and 26.
So we've said before, visit Italy in September if you want the temperatures to be a little cooler.
Occasionally, Italy might experience a heat wave in late June and mid-July, with peak temperature that can reach up to 40 degrees or 104 Fahrenheit.
During the day.
Some cities are also more humid than others, so keeping this in mind when you visit Italy in the summer. If you're planning on visiting the Alps in the afternoon, you might experience some occasional rainstorm, but overall the summer is the good time to go in the Alps, absolutely.
Okay, so let's move on to our next pro or benefit about visiting Italy in the summer, and that's the longer summer days, right? In the summer, the days last much longer. In fact, in June, the sun doesn't set until almost 9 p.m. For this reason, June and the beginning of July can be a wonderful time to visit Italy. You can stroll around cities and attractions until late. And it's also the best time, if you're a photographer, if you're a photographer, you know, the sun doesn't set until late, so this could be good. And this brings us to our next pro about visiting Italy in the summer, and that's the beaches and the boat tours. Tell us about that.
Absolutely. If you like go on a beach or enjoy snorkeling in the Mediterranean, the summer is the best time to visit Italy. Also, it's the only time to do Italy because in the winter it don't really snow in the Mediterranean. Also, if you like boat tours, the summer is the best time to go. One of our favorite boat tour was the tour of the Amalfi Coast from Sorrento that we did in July, and we had absolutely a blast.
Yes.
You can check it out up here if you want to know more about the boat tour, and we'll leave a link in the description below for you to check it out. If you're traveling with kids, you can also enjoy water parks in Italy in the summer. One of our favorites is by the Garda Lake, and we love to visit there all the time. Let's explore another pro of visiting Italy in the summer, and we talk about eating al fresco.
Well, how about I take care of that?
Oh, sure.
So, eating outside is probably, well, my favorite way, or our favorite way to eat. And it's probably one of the best things that you can do in the summer. And in Italy, almost every single restaurant has an outdoor area to eat. I mean, why wouldn't you, right? Yeah. Having dinner outside in Trastevere in Rome, or on the Lungomare in Naples, or in a little piazza in Florence, well, these are probably some of the best experiences that Italy has to offer, and you'll remember them forever. Now, eating outside brings us to our next pro of visiting Italy in the summer, and we'll talk about the events.
Events, absolutely. In the summer in Italy, every city, town, village has some events going on. These events can vary from medieval festival to music to festival to film festival to St. Patron's celebration and thousands more.
Yes.
So every single town has something going on.
It almost seems like they make them up sometimes.
Absolutely. One thing that all these events have in common is food. All these events usually involve food stands, food trucks that serve very typical food item of the area that you're visiting.
And wine as well.
Absolutely. Participating in one or more of these events can be an unforgettable experience. Here is a pro tip. When you plan your trip to Italy, do a quick Google search about the events in each city that you're going to visit or town that you're going to visit, and plan all those events and find out what events are going on and make sure to go to these events because they're absolutely fun.
Yep, you'll never forget it. So as you can see, there's lots of good reasons to visit Italy in the summer, right? But that doesn't always mean the summer is the best time to visit. Now, let's consider the cons or the downsides of visiting Italy in the summer. And we're going to start with the crowds, right?
Yeah.
So summer, of course, is the most popular season for tourists to visit Italy. And because of that, it's going to be
busiest.
Yeah. In fact, during the summer, Rome, Florence, Venice, Naples, and Milan, they're flooded by tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of tourists. And for this reason, it's really important that you book all of your attractions in advance if you plan to visit Italy in the summer. Even better to buy skip-the-line tickets for the most popular attractions, such as the Colosseum in Rome, the Uffizi Gallery, of course, in Florence, and the Last Supper in Milan, and Pompeii, of course, and the Doge Palace.
Venice, yeah.
Yeah, of course. You don't want to wait in line under the hot sun, to buy your tickets, only to risk not even being able to get in.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of things that you can do to beat the crowd. First, you can get up early and start exploring the cities very early in the morning. Now, if you're out, for instance, at 7 a.m., chances are you're going to have a much quieter visit in your Italian city, right?
Yeah.
Second, consider visiting areas that are less popular, but equally stunning and less busy in the summer. We know that if this is your first time in Italy, you probably want to see the Vatican, the Grand Canal, or the Duomo in Florence. Okay, but once you see those, maybe consider less popular destinations that are very beautiful and, of course, less crowded. And we recorded an entire video about some less famous destinations in Italy, and you can watch it up
Yeah.
here. All right, so let's move on to our next con about visiting Italy in the summer. We're going to talk about the prices because
Prices, yes. Because summer is the peak season in Italy, prices of hotel, flights, and transit and trains are usually tend to be a little higher than normal.
Mhm.
One thing you can do to score some better price is to book way in advance. If you book your hotels and flights at least 6 months in advance, you might be able to score some cheaper price than you can if you do it at last minute. Also look for hotels that have a free cancellation. That way, if you find something better between the time you book and the time you travel, you can always change your reservation.
Yeah, without any penalty, right? I mean, this is a very good tip.
So, time to explore our last cons about visiting Italy in the summer, and we talk about store closures.
Ah, right. Okay, so back home, back in North America, stores are open
All the
every
time.
day, almost 24 hours a day. And up until a few years ago, everything used to shut down in Italy in August. In fact, August was the month in which the majority of Italians used to take their holidays. And of course, stores, restaurants, coffee shops, bars, they all used to close.
Mhm.
Can you imagine that? Nowadays, it's less so, it's less of a problem in the big tourist destinations. But this still could be a problem for you if you travel outside into the countryside or off the beaten path. Another date to note is August 15th. And though most places like banks, museums, and attractions, they're also going to be closed on that date.
Might be closed.
Yeah, most likely. Now it's time for our bonus tip about visiting Italy in the summer, and that's how we will talk about what to bring to Italy in the summer.
So now that you know what to expect in Italy in the summer, it is time to consider what to bring to Italy in the summer.
Mhm.
For clothes, it is no-brainer. You will need summer clothes, like shorts, and short sleeve shirts or polos. It's all you need. You might need a jacket at night, especially by the sea, where there might be a little breeze. Always bring with you some shirt and polos that covers your shoulders and your skirts that cover your knees, because in most churches you will need to have those part covered.
And sometimes they won't let you in.
No, or they give you some
Yeah.
funny
Yeah.
cover that are really strange. If you're playing with Dolomites or the lakes in the Alps, you need long pants and a little light jacket, especially at night, and maybe a rain jacket because it might rain there in the summer. Always bring comfortable shoes, but avoid sandals and flip-flops.
And high heels.
And high heels,
Right.
yes. This is because most of the streets are very old and uneven, and you don't want to trip on these cobblestones. Also brings hat that protects yourself from the sun. And on the same note, don't forget sunscreen. You will definitely need a lot of sunscreen and apply often. If you want the full list of what to pack for your visit to Italy, check out the video up here. We cover the entire
video, and it was very comprehensive, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it hasn't really changed much, right? Well, folks, this is what we've got for you today. We hope you enjoyed our video and that you learned something. Of course, as usual, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. We love to hear back from you and, of course, answer all your questions the very best we can, right? In the meantime, we will see you in our next video. Ciao.